Is this the best free hit team for FPL Game Week 13? We've got goal scorers, informed players, differentials and fantastic fixtures. The free hit chip feels incredibly strong this game week. So, let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's free hit draft video. This is currently my favourite setup for the free hit chip in Game Week 13. If you are brand new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I make FPL videos to help you guys at home, and by just clicking that little red subscribe button, it does make a massive difference supporting the channel. If you want to support that a little bit further though, go ahead and click the like button as well if you enjoy today's video. We're going straight into the team though with the goalkeeper in Kelleher here. Now, Brentford have been really impressive over the last few weeks, going forward and of course defensively. Their expected goals conceded data in the last 6 weeks has been just behind Arsenal in second place in the Premier League. That is really, really impressive. And I've went with just one Brentford defender in the setup so far, but that easily could turn into two. And we're going to discuss that when we talk about Virgil van Dijk in just a second. Covering though first though, Matty Cash here of Aston Villa. Wolves at home, a brilliant fixture, and he is a Night Manager's approved pick for today's video. Now if you don't know who Night Managers are, they are the best performing FPL algorithm in the entire game. Now they, in the last 2 seasons, have an average rank finish of 14k in the world. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, I am partnered with them this season, so if you use code FPLMOGS with the link in the description, that's going to get you 2 free weeks of Night Manager services. Definitely go check them out. They are so good at what they do. But they have said Matty Cash is a really fantastic pick for a free hit this game week. And I think with FPL in general, Matty Cash has really stood out in recent weeks as a pretty decent buy. And of course, the Wolves at home fixture, the clean sheet potential is going to be quite high for this game week. So going forward, he's brilliant and hopefully gets a clean sheet this game week. We've went with another attacking option on the other side here with O'Reilly, and the reason I've got a little bit of a smirk on my face is here because there is in the back of my mind a little bit of doubt with going O'Reilly here, because yes, Ain't Nori exists. You could easily start in any given game week. It's just O'Reilly's had a lot of starts in the Premier League, played a lot of minutes. He's been so important for that City side. I'm just like, when is Pep just going to pull the cord and just go, you know what, I'm going to bench him randomly this game week? Because I feel as though it's coming soon. But Leeds at home, I do think he's going to start the game, and I think he's going to do brilliantly. So that's why he's in the side for this game week, and of course for the free hit chip. Now, Virgil van Dijk is a very controversial pick in this free hit team, and I know a lot of you will complain and say, it's just a terrible pick, Liverpool's form. I completely understand that, guys, I completely do. And that's why I'm going to suggest maybe going for a double Brentford defence this game week against Burnley. But at the moment, with that little extra bit of money, I'm thinking about going for Virgil van Dijk. His defensive contributions are incredibly strong. The fixture's really good in itself. I believe the market odds tell us that the clean sheet potential for Liverpool is actually 4th best in the Premier League this game week. So Virgil van Dijk doesn't seem like a bad option this game week. I think he's bad when you look at Liverpool's form though. So I am slightly leaning towards Virgil this week, but a double Brentford defence or double Aston Villa defence or double City defence isn't exactly off my mind, but that's how I'm feeling about the defence at the moment. Kelleher, Cash and O'Reilly seem really strong. Virgil, a little bit more controversial there, but that's how we're lined up with the defence at the moment. Starting the midfield off here with Morgan Rogers, I feel as though he's been super impactful and threatening going forward for Villa in the past few weeks. Of course, Villa as a whole, as I mentioned with Matty Cash, have looked a lot better in the Premier League, and that's why we went triple Villa in this particular side. Of course, Morgan Rogers is incredibly nailed for Aston Villa, but the player right next to him in Marlon is definitely the opposite of that. He is not nailed whatsoever. I think he's only started about 5 or 6 games in the Premier League. That's like 377 minutes last time I checked in total in the Premier League. Not good whatsoever, but I think in the recent weeks we've seen him come on. He's been so brilliant for Aston Villa. Very impactful. 3 goals, 1 assist so far this season. I feel as though there is going to be a game that comes around for Aston Villa where he starts, and I think it could be this game week. That's why I went with the risky pick of Marlon this game week, but absolutely, it's a huge risk. I'm waiting for info and news to tell me that he could start this game week. If he doesn't, no worries at all. We just take the few players off the bench, change their price points to some cheaper players and upgrade them. It's not a problem whatsoever, but I do think he could start this game week and he could be an incredibly big upside player for game week 13 free hit. He's definitely in the back of my mind, but for sure a risky pick. Kevin Schade, another Night Managers approved player. His expected points must be through the roof if Night Managers are picking him this game week. Again, Burnley at home, just a ridiculously good fixture. So good. Of course, Brentford just slowly ticking away as a sort of a dark horse team in the Premier League, and that's why we're backing Kevin Schade this game week on free hit. We then have some more pricey players to come here in Phil Foden and Mohamed Salah. Phil Foden is another one of those players where recent weeks his minutes have been absolutely fantastic. A super important player for Manchester City and Pep. His attacking data is kind of just okay. It's not like mind-blowing. But, you know, I think the Leeds fixture could open the door for him, especially being at home off the back of 2 defeats as well. Maybe Man City looking to prove something in the Premier League. I'm happy to have Phil Foden in this side. Mohamed Salah, another controversial one. I know he's not been doing too great. But, you know, last game week, his data actually wasn't too bad. I think he was unlucky not to come away with, you know, 1 or 2 returns in that game, in all honesty. But West Ham away from home, you know, I think going forward, Liverpool could be a team I target this game week. I think at the end of sort of this game week, when I finally select my team, I will probably only have 1 Liverpool player. Looking on reflection at this side here, Virgil van Dijk seems quite weak. Mo Salah seems quite weak. I think I'll only go with 1 of them just to mitigate the risk a little bit. But Mohamed Salah seems really strong for FPL game week 13. But of course, a massive risk. Finishing off the lineup here with Thiago and Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland, of course, taking the armband this game week. I don't think there's any need to go massively differential with your captain, especially on a free hit. But he is just miles above the other 2 assets who I would maybe consider captaining in Salah and Thiago. So yeah, I don't think there's any need to go differential with the captaincy this game week. Erling Haaland, clearly the best option. We've got Thiago, another Night Managers approved pick. Of course, use code FPL Moves with the link in the description if you do fancy checking out Night Managers services. But Thiago is approved by them this game week, and it's clear to see why. The past few weeks, he's been an absolute monster of an FPL asset. Burnley at home, definitely a fixture we need to be targeting. I will most likely have triple Aston Villa, triple Brentford in my side this game week. Most likely triple City as well. I'll add to that with all of those fixtures just being absolutely fantastic. Free hit itself, of course, you can go with some risky picks like I have done here, but some more solid picks is probably the way you should play the chip this game week. Looking at my team here overall, just to give a quick review on some players who could definitely change in the side here. Marlon, Virgil van Dijk, they're probably the players I would ever so slightly tweak. Virgil van Dijk maybe to a Collins or a Vandenberg from Brentford to double up on their defence, or even a Konsa of Aston Villa. And then upgrading Marlon in the midfield. I do quite like Bruno Fernandes. I know a lot of you kind of troll me on the live stream saying I just love Bruno Fernandes too much, but I don't mind him as a pick this game week, even against Crystal Palace away from home. But tell me what you think of the free hit team that I've shown you on screen here for game week 13. I really like it, but let me know in the comments what you think of it. You can expect my team selection in the coming days on this channel, which could include some updated players on this free hit draft, so make sure you're looking out for that. Of course, a massive thank you for your support on today's video. If you did enjoy the video though, go ahead and drop a like. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that sub button for future FPL content and FPL streams. But that's everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching. Now I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.